Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder. What a fucking nightmare.
Conservative YouTuber Steven Crowder, who has made a career off of debating college students while claiming that the left won't debate him, ran away from a debate with Sam Seder during a live recording, and it is absolutely hilarious. Now, I have several clips here to show you, but before I get there, some quick backstory. So, Crowder presents himself as this political debate bro without ever actually debating anyone that's an expert in their field. An example of that being this recent challenge where he challenged Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast to debate CDC recommendations around the pandemic. Ethan, knowing that he's not an expert in this field, got Sam Seder, who has tried to debate Crowder now multiple times. Crowder actually dropped out of Politicon and an appearance on Gavin McInnes' show just to avoid debating Sam Seder. So Ethan, knowing this, invited Sam to show up in his place to debate Sam Seder. And this is where we get to the first clip where this happened.
So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Dan,
what we were going to talk about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through Playful Ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that? Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder. What a fucking nightmare. I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy. This is where we are. Yeah, I told Dave, remember I told you? I said, I guarantee you he's going to do anything he can to avoid the debate.
Oh, I just think he believes that he should debate you.
No, he doesn't. He just takes advantage of women with, mental health issues.
Steven,
Ethan Klein doesn't stand up and do his own
I
fighting.
gotta say,
It's just hilarious. Let's bring on the FM.
That you would do anything to avoid talking to me. I think the point that you made
Yes,
at the beginning of
Joe
this
Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan and Dave Rubin and Jordan Peterson and Noam Chomsky and Sam Harris. Everyone's been avoiding.
And not just attempting to get your audience by jumping in.
Well, I debated with Charlie Kirk. Stephen, I mean, it's about issues. Let's talk about those issues.
That's what you're doing here.
Valid points.
You're so clever. I had no idea that you were taking your show off early last time, coming in today with your pig pen peanuts eyes.
I wish everything.
You take those off with a velveteen buttons.
We must have been very worried about this, Stephen. I don't know why.
No one's worried about it.
So
Sam, I didn't want to do it.
Let's have the debate.
Come on, I'll tell you what. I have a general. This
is a great opportunity.
I don't start a debate based with people on a lie. And how about you get
sabotaging?
How about you get
Stephen, show yourself, you coward. Stephen, show yourself. Don't show your co-host.
Ethan, you should show yourself.
Ethan, how can you respect yourself as a man, brother?
Steven, you are such a coward.
All right, so I have two more clips coming up, and it's as messy as it looks. Steven Crowder just talks over Sam Seder and everybody the entire time. So the whole interaction lasts only about 7 minutes, as Crowder cuts it short, as I'll get to. But you see there, Crowder freaks out. Like, oh no, Sam Seder, this is a nightmare. I don't think he realizes what he's saying. He's admitting that this is a nightmare for him. And you see him ranting and raving, talking over everybody, trying to avoid any interaction with Sam Seder. His co-host goes on camera instead of him, puts the camera on an empty chair before his co-host is even there. You see the co-host walk in front of the camera. Clearly, this was discussed beforehand, that if Sam came into the call, that they were going to put the camera on his co-host instead. It's just so embarrassing for you to present yourself as this conservative debate bro that will debate anybody. And Crowder has said multiple times, he said on Joe Rogan's show, that the left won't debate him. What is this? You're clearly avoiding a debate with somebody who actually knows his shit, and Crowder just can't take it, and he nervously ranting the entire time. And also, as I'll get to in the second clip as well, Crowder, during his rant, he accidentally admits that he watches Sam's show and that he lied about last week. So this discussion was supposed to be last Monday. Crowder, at the last minute, said there was an emergency, so they didn't have it. By the way, an emergency about his wife, apparently, who was pregnant. And that was clearly all made up because he saw that Sam Seder took off his show early last week. Sam usually shoots a live show at noon. Crowder saw that Sam wasn't on that live show. So last minute, Crowder cancels the show. He admitted to it here that he saw that he took the show off last week. It all in a bid just to avoid talking to Sam Seder. This man is crazy scared because he realizes he would get completely destroyed with a debate, in a debate with somebody who actually knows how to debate. So I'm going to have another clip here and some reactions from the internet to all of this. But first, here is that second clip where there's a little more back and forth.
And so what happens is he uploads 15 times more, has less than a 50th of the audience.
Well, that's why he wants to debate you, is so he can build his...
Sam,
come
on.
Your audience cares that I only have 1 million subscribers and you have, what, 6 or 7 million subscribers?
Let me answer. Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
Sure.
You want me to answer your question? My audience would say Sam who? Just like Joe Rogan's audience and Ben Shapiro's and Dave Rubin.
Who I am.
Now they all know who you are because you had to shoehorn yourself into another coward show.
College students, every day that you do that, change my mind.
Hold on a second.
They don't know who those college students are.
This is another lie. Let me clarify, Sam. The change my mind, everyone knows on the show, right?
Yes.
We've had
How
professors
did you know
on the...
I ended my show early last week, Stephen? If your audience doesn't even know me.
Because you're an idiot. And half of your staff doesn't like you.
Because I'm a diehard fan.
Yes, it's because he's a diehard fan. I've heard of you, but I just met you.
Why not?
Congratulations, Sam Seder's fan.
Stephen, have a conversation.
This is really just amazing. Steven Crowder's main point here for why he won't debate Sam Seder is that Sam's audience is tiny, so tiny. Well, looking at the subs here, Steven Crowder, 5.49 million subs, and Majority Report, over 1 million subs. There's not much of a difference here. Steven Crowder debates college kids that have no YouTube channels, but he won't debate somebody with 1 million subs on YouTube because his audience is too small. Are you kidding me? Obviously, Crowder is full of shit. It is so incredible. And as you saw there, Sam picks up on the fact that Crowder just admitted that he watches his show. So here's a guy who claims no one knows who you are. I'm not going to debate you. No one knows who you are. Meanwhile, I know every single thing about you, and I will actually reschedule my scheduled appointments just so I can avoid a debate with you. But no one knows you. You're beneath me. Who cares about you? But I will rearrange my entire life around your schedule. Unbelievable. Now, one more clip here. Actually, let me get to some reactions online first. Bunku here says, LMAO, you can't pull the no one even knows you argument when you make this face when they join the call. Just giving himself away. Cody Johnston here says, a lot of people calling Crowder a coward, but accidentally publicly revealing that your dad used your pregnant wife for a fake emergency excuse in order to get out of a debate with someone you've been actively monitoring and avoiding is actually quite brave. Yes, absolutely just using your wife to avoid a debate is really disgusting. Crowder said his wife was in a medical emergency. That's how he avoided the debate last time. Just unbelievable. Last one here before I go to the next clip. Sam Seder showing. So Crowder live streamed that recording from yesterday today. And guess what? Crowder disabled the live chat. I wonder why. A guy that cares so much about free speech on the internet, especially on YouTube, disables the live chat during this stream. Incredible. All right. Let's get to the last clip here.
You need to research and say, did Steven ever accept?
They said you were
Let me explain to you. Hey, whoa.
Dropped
Sam,
out and you literally
Sam, sweetheart. Sam, fake stand-up comic who we can't find any footage about online. Let me finish.
I'm not a stand-up comic.
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense because everything that I've seen is incredibly unfunny and unentertaining,
Well,
which may
I'm
explain
not
the
a
audience.
stand-up comic.
Irony alert, Stephen.
Comedian.
How much have you watched of my stuff,
The
Stephen, that
irony
you
of-
think
Sam,
that your
can I
audience
answer your
wouldn't
question?
appreciate
Sam.
our discussing things?
Sam, behind the glass.
Don't be a coward.
Don't say
I
let's
will-
debate, Ethan. You've
I
lost
will-
that.
Coward.
Don't even the
Coward.
audience
Debate.
says-
All right.
Debate
This
the
is sad.
issues. What
This
does
is
it matter who
what
you
we
Shut
debate,
up.
coward?
All right, good. You guys are
Wow.
good. Thank you.
Coward.
We won't even take off the glasses.
I was right.
All right, yeah,
We
you
knew
can
you
give me
would
the
run
X.
away.
This
You
is-
run away twice. Cold feet again.
Come on, Stephen.
Wow. Wow. Dude, I can't believe he admit to following.
He admitted that he followed the show last week.
We got him.
Admitted that he watched the show last week.
We got
went
him.
early.
All right. Let me go over some of this and then get to some more reactions online. Just, man, how embarrassing to present yourself as a debater, claim the left won't debate you, and then run away live during a recording from a debate on the issues. Yeah, shows you who you are. In a rational world, this would end Steven Crowder's career. But I'm not sure if we live in that world. Anyways, so just to mention a few of the things there. Sam Seder brings up cold feet. The Politicon, so Sam had talked about this multiple times. Now he has actual phone call recorded where the Politicon organizer said that Steven Crowder got cold feet, that he was going to be in that debate. And then when he realized who Sam Seder was, that his dad, Crowder's dad, who I guess manages him, pulled him out of that debate at Politicon and says that Crowder got cold feet. And then Crowder, trying to talk over Sam, try to avoid the conversation, claims that isn't what happened, but then doesn't actually present what happened. And then goes on to criticize Sam Seder over stand-up comedy, which Sam doesn't even do, when Crowder himself is a failed comedian. The projection there is just incredible. And you see Sam throughout this entire interaction completely unfazed by any of the attempted insults from Steven Crowder, just wants to debate the issue, wants to debate the CDC recommendations, and Crowder just nervously talking over him the entire time. It really is just a marvel. I mean, this should end Crowder's career, but we don't live in that rational world. Anyways, let me get to some reactions on the internet. So Anna here tweeted out, "My man fully armed on a live stream, but still couldn't defend himself." So this is in reference to Crowder wearing a holster. Like, see the straps here? God, the guy is such a loser. Has to wear a holster, has to project a manly nature, when in reality the guy is such a phony, such a fraud, won't actually debate anybody who wants to debate him, only debates college students. Really is an embarrassment of a man. Dylan Burns here with this hilarious meme. Sam Seder entering call, Crowder realizing Sam's show was pre-recorded. So this is in reference to, I'm not sure if I discussed this yet, but to fool Crowder this time, Sam aired his live show on Monday, but it was pre-recorded. So to make Crowder think that it was a live stream, that way he wouldn't suspect that Seder would be on the call with Ethan Klein. So it just, man, the lengths he will go to avoid just talking to Sam Seder really is something. Vosh here, quote tweeting Steven Crowder from May 4th, who said, "Most people are cowards." Self-report. I think that's self-explanatory. And then Elliot Waring here says, "Crowder, after Seder showed up on the H3 debate, I changed my mind," and Crowder ain't there. Really, really incredible. This isn't the most important thing in the world, obviously, but it's good to be reminded sometimes just how much of a fraud most of these conservative commentators really are.